Alright, I'm tired as hell, but we're just gonna go through this little quick one for you today. I want to break down how Wheezy kind of makes Latin guitar loops for like Roddy, Ricch, or Gunna. Kind of like Hibachi on Live Life Fast, or like a bunch of the stuff for Gunna, or like any of the other YSL artists. So yeah, I'm gonna get into it. I no camera today because I got a new computer, upgraded, put myself a nice desktop today, so I'm gonna use that because it's way less of a headache. But yeah, no camera just for now. So yeah, I'm gonna get into it. Alright, so I got the sample loaded up here. This is gonna be in my Outta Here 7 kit, which is like a bunch of Wheezy loops. I kind of modeled them after the Live Life Fast sound, so it's kind of like more of a Roddy Ricch kind of vibe. I kind of ditched the whole, brass thing a little bit, but yeah, basically this is what it sounds like. Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna break this down one by one, the drill. So yeah, first of all, guitar. Obviously, I got a kind of a nylon guitar here, like the Latin sort of guitar. So this is Apple Guitars. It's an Apple Guitar Luther. It's my favorite nylon kind of guitar. There's a bunch of other good ones I used too, like Evolution, all the contact ones, Evolution, Nylon, Aliaf, Mauve, all those fellas. But yeah, this is my favorite for sure. It's got a bunch of dope presets. I'm using this one right here. And that's what it sounds like. Yeah, it just repeats right there. So yeah, pretty simple. For guitars, you generally don't want to go too dense in the chords, because that's not really how guitars play. It's kind of like strummed, so the notes are more spread out, like over the whole, I guess, piano roll in this case, which is generally they're more spread out. But yeah, so basically just D minor, like standard stuff right here. I had it on E initially here. I inverted the note up here. And yeah, so basically, if you don't know what inversion is, if you have a chord like that, it's obviously gonna be really tight. It might not sound good. You just move this up one and it's gonna sound a lot better. So right now, this would sound like this. So it's kind of close together, and like the frequencies sound weird. So, but if you move it up, it sounds like this. And yeah, to me that just sounds like a lot better. So yeah, inversion is super useful, especially if you have a bunch of tight notes like together. So I basically got this note alternating between the E and the A, just with some variation. And then yeah, obviously the bass note switches right here, D to A, just for variation. Just pitch it down by 4. I've gone through this like by 5, sorry. Yeah, pitch it down by 5. So for a lot of these Latin melodies, they move the entire structure down -5. That's like a thing that's like pretty common in Latin melodies, and like dark melodies too. But yeah, this one just moved the bass notes down, kept all the top lines the same. And right here, I got these little accent notes. So yeah, these just add like a little bit of like flavor to your melody.
Nice.
And this is like this little Latin roll right here. You may hear like in some real Latin guitar loops and stuff. That's what it sounds like. Yeah, so basically for that, all you want to do is go on a 6th note. And yeah, just pencil it in like that. And yeah, you pretty much have it. You want to generally keep it on lower velocities and just have it sort of like alternating. So for me, like I usually do this. This is the pattern I'll do, so like right here, and that's how you create like a very natural sort of tremolo kind of sound, I guess. You can use that in a bunch of different instruments, like even Asian instruments, they kind of use that stuff, or strings too, like strings use that as well, like string ensemble or something. But yeah, in this case, yeah, just for this guitar, basically, the reason it's off here is because I strummed everything, as you can tell, strummed everything, randomized everything. For guitars, I randomize a lot, because unlike pianos, there's more randomization just when like someone really plays the guitar, like notes are all over the place. So yeah, it's pretty random right here. So yeah, I think these are my settings generally for guitar. Like I have on 75%. So yeah, I go crazy with it. But yeah, that's the guitar basically. Then yeah, effects, nothing crazy. Verb, which I have on everything, settings right there. working. Yeah, RC20, just very subtle, just the wobble effect, a little bit of magnet right there, that's it. Okay, finally moving on, we got this bass right here. I've showed this before in like my pain loops and stuff. It's just like a bass guitar from Apple too. Apple is super fire. You should definitely check them out. In my opinion, they have the best like guitar. VST is the most realistic one. So yeah, check them out for sure. Yeah, very simple. Here it is. Yeah, so essentially just follows the bass notes exactly. I didn't randomize them because it sounded kind of weak when I randomized it, so just left it as it is. But yeah, I just let these little gaps here for the bounce when I play them together. Yeah, it just adds a little bit of bounce when you have that like little gap right there. So yeah, pretty much all there is to it. Yeah, nothing crazy. I've mentioned this before, but I usually cut out like a little bit of the highs for this bass guitar just because it's like a plucky sound, like it's a bit intense. You still want to leave some of it there, but yeah, cut out a little bit. But yeah, anyway, next sound is the flute. Here's what that sounds like. Yeah, so you can tell it's kind of like a wavy pattern right here. Yeah, and it's just kind of like that hypnotic sort of feeling you get with these kind of melodies. You just generally want to play like consecutive notes. So the sound I used here is the Jubal flute. It's open in a demo for some reason, I don't know why, but yeah, the Jubal flute right there. It's like a super goated flute. It's like $20. You should definitely get it. Yeah, and generally you can just use these legato notes right here and just have it kind of like crescendoing up and down, and yeah, and like these little staccato notes too, they're very useful for like bounce. When it cuts off, it just like kind of adds to the bounce, similar to the bass. And yeah, very simple pattern right here, nothing crazy. You don't have to go too crazy for this. And yeah, effects on it, some volume automation just for like realism. I wanted the note to kind of fade out as for these longer notes, so yeah, it just fades out like a little bit right there. RC20, same. I got RC20 on the rest of the sounds too. Little EQ just cutting out some unwanted frequencies right there, but that's pretty much it. Then finally we have this pad right here from Analog Lab. Yeah, so it's literally just the chords. I just layered it basically. Yeah, so this is from the Believer pack by Brett March. And yeah, that's essentially all it is. Then for effects, same RC20 saw before, just like a very mild EQ right here, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, that's the entire sample. Very, very simple sample. So with that being done, I'm gonna get into the drums. So yeah, back in the beat FLP right here. So yeah, I'm gonna get into the drums. Got the clap, you already know. Nothing to it, just the basic guys clap. The hats. So the pattern you probably noticed is in triplet, but then I opted to go for a standard, like a 16th sort of hi-hat pattern essentially. So yeah, basically just a few rolls here and there. So here it is. So yeah, very mild variation between the two parts. This is a very Wheezy-esque kind of like hi-hat pattern, so he loves these 6 rolls a lot. He'll use them a lot, especially in this sort of pattern where the velocity is kind of going down. So you can either do that with your mouse, or what you can do is, so say for example, I make a bunch of these notes right here. You can hit Alt-O, and you can either have them going up or down or whatever you want. So yeah, you'll get this little option right here. And yeah, you can go crazy with that. I usually just use my mouse, it's very easy, but Alto works as well. Yeah, so just a little bit of like going down scale, like pitch changes for the hi-hats. But yeah, it's nothing too crazy actually, especially at this BPM. 808, here it is. Yeah, so the thing is, Wheezy doesn't go like too crazy on the 808s. He generally keeps it quite simple. In fact, this may be a little busy for like a Wheezy kind of beat. Essentially, it's just like the Z808 generally, and in a very basic pattern. Like I got a little roll right there, but that's pretty much it. And yeah, this roll is like a little third roll, which I love using. So yeah, I can just go here, click third step, and just add like a little roll right there. That's all there is to it. Then I got this open hat right here. Yeah, I've mentioned this before, but essentially if you layer the open hat and the 808, it sounds really hard, so that's something you should always aim to do. I was having open hat on the 1. I generally have it on the 3 too. I just like having it on like that down note kind of 808. But yeah, it just adds momentum to the beat and like impact kind of, so yeah. Then I have a kick right here. You can take or leave a kick essentially in a Wheezy beat. I have a kick here just for the fun of it, I guess. It just adds a little bit more impact as well. Yeah, so it literally just follows the 808. I have it cut out at a few points right there, but that's pretty much all there is to it. Then yeah, the snare right here. So yeah, very basic snare pattern. I just have these little rolls at the end. So yeah, this is another 6 right here, just similar to the hi-hats. What I like to do is if I have like a little roll, like a short roll, I'll generally lower the velocity of this second note right here, just adds like a little more bounce. So if I move that up, that sounds okay. Yeah, but to me, like that just sounds more dynamic. It's very subtle, but it's like a good change for me. Then right here, a little more to it right here. Essentially, just like a third beat right here, just going up from E, C sharp. Yeah, just going down basically. So I have that same roll right here, but then like a few more notes. And yeah, that's all there is to it, man. So yeah, then right here, I just got like a little extra kind of perk just for the second half of the hook. It only plays 3 times the whole beat. So yeah, it's right before the first clap, right there. Kind of like where a lot of people put their open hats. And yeah, you can see I did the same thing right here with the velocities. And yeah, it's on a step this time instead of like a 6th beat. So yeah, just basic rolls essentially. Yeah, that's all the drums essentially. So all the drums together sound like this. So yeah, then in terms of arrangement for this first part, you'll notice I have like a little love filter right here. So essentially, almost don't want the guitar here. It just sounds a little awkward if I do this and then it comes into the guitar. Yeah, it's like too sudden an impact. So instead, what I do is I have this guitar kind of playing with this filter. So the filter right here, and these are the settings. It's just the default, but I lowered the cutoff from like 50 to like 20 or something. So it sounds like this. And if I turn it off. So yeah, all together. Yeah, so essentially use this little automation right here. I can just create an automation clip, and then you'll have this. Yeah, you can just make a little point right here and then just have it coming down like that essentially. Yeah, you would just have it coming down. You can control like how fast you want it to come down to, just moving this little thing in the middle. But yeah, that's all there is to it. So I have it coming down like 1 beat before like the hook starts. So yeah, and that's all there is like in terms of complexities to it. Just everything else pretty basic, just these little crashes, reverse crashes for impact, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's the whole beat. So I'm gonna let it play out. Check us out. stay locked in. Kid tutorials, you know, blah, 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 blah. All right, peace out.